Hey guys, Aaron Grice here. I just wanted to take a couple of minutes to, put together this little gift for you. I find myself occasionally, when I've got a few too many challenges going on, to kind of get overwhelmed. And it's easy for me to get discouraged. And so I just wanted to put this together for you and go over some of the things that I do to keep myself motivated. Okay, so let's have a look here. Um, Going from discouraged procrastination to enthusiastic motivation. First of all, wake up excited about the day that you have to look forward to. And here's how to stay motivated, even when things are kind of, mucked up. The 10 things that I do, there's gratitude, planning, meditation, breath work, fulfilling work, and we'll talk about the difference between fulfilling work and non-fulfilling work, and then delaying judgment, sharing, step away, refresh, and reflect. Okay, so let's examine each of those. So first of all, like I said, when I wake up in the morning, it doesn't matter, I have the aches and pains and I have the worries and the concerns and stuff like that. But the first thing I do is thank you, Lord, for giving me another day, another opportunity to build my universe, to build my new world. Thank you for allowing me to do what I can to become all that I can, right? So, I consider the things that I'm grateful for. Um, and, even if they include, yeah, my joints are aching and, I've got this and that and the other thing going on in my life that maybe not the best, but I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to start again, start a whole new day and start off fresh and get what I can out of it and do what I can to make it the best day of my life, right? Um, so I get in touch with my vision for the day because before I went to bed last night, I reviewed, okay, so here's what tomorrow's going to look like. Here is what I'm going to accomplish tomorrow. And so I get a vision. Oh, okay, so today I get to do this and that. And the other thing is with my plan. And I see it happening. If I'm going to call a customer and he's going to say, yes, yeah, I want what it is that you're offering. Um, you hold the dream in your mind and you see and you smell it and you feel it and you can, like you say, you hear the responses and or if you're going out on a vacation, you feel how wonderful it's going to be on the beach or whatever it happens to be. See those activities with gratitude. Thank you, Lord, for being able to allow me to do this. There's lots of people who don't get to do the stuff that I get to do today. And planning allows me to be enthusiastic about what's going to happen for today, and coming, going forward because you should have at least a 3-year plan, and then 1-year plan, and then you know a 90-day plan, and then a 1-month plan, that kind of thing. Um, so you're breaking the plan down and you've made a schedule. I try and make my schedule before I go to bed so that my subconscious mind can think about what's going to happen and how I'm going to accomplish those things. And so I put it down hour by hour. This is what I'm going to be doing. This is who I have to call. This is what and it has to happen for me to accomplish my goal for the day. Okay. Um, and then when I get up, I make myself a cup of coffee because that's kind of the guy I am. And I drink a lot of water. Um, and we are all created from the universal energy. It permeates our body and it permeates the entire universe. And it's what we use, it's what has been used to create us, and it's what we use to create our whole universe. Our entire world is created with the same energy that infuses us. And so, meditation and breath work, these kind of go hand in hand. Um, Sometimes I'll do the breath work first and then the meditation. Sometimes I'll do, obviously, while I'm meditating, I am doing a type of breath work, but there are various types. The breath work I'm talking about here is kind of uh, holotropic breathing, where you do some rapid, really deep breathing, and get the air into your body, into your lungs, and actually it kind of makes you euphoric. And so even during that kind of a breath where you can go into a state of meditation. And while I'm meditating, I'm doing more of a slow breath works. It's like, count of five intake, hold for the count of five, let it out for the count of five, hold it out for the count of five. That kind of a cycle all the time, feeling grateful for, just all the blessings, all the blessings, the people, the love, the money, the energy that I have, the functioning of my body, whether it's, again, like I say, it doesn't have to be perfect. And I don't think, there are very few people who consider their body to be perfect, no matter how well tuned it is. They still have issues with it. You can talk to anybody. Oh man, you're looking great. Oh yeah, but when I get up in the morning, my back hurts. It's just the way we are. Um, but you know, you when I get up in the morning, as I'm having my coffee, I'm writing down. I'm so happy and grateful for these things that are happening in my life. And so while I'm in meditation, I hold that gratitude and that energy in my heart, and I feel it infusing my whole body, and I'm absorbing it. I'm absorbing it from the atmosphere. It's coming down through the crown of my head and just spreading out through my body. And there are some very good. Bob Proctor has a wonderful abundance meditation. It's a guided meditation. It's about a half hour, and it's fantastic. Brain FM is what I subscribe to, and they have, you can do a 15-minute, you can do a 30-minute. Meditations, you can do relaxation music, and they're binaural, so you're wearing headsets, and in the background there's the binaural music that's getting your brain to the energy, or to the cycle level that enhances the gratitude and the cognition and the intuition that's happening while you're in this meditative state. So brain.fm, if you go there, and they have, if you're working on a project, they have some work type music that just, man, you set that going and you're accomplishing 10 times what I normally would, because it helps me to focus. Anyway, um, so then uh, I'm in the meditation. I talked about breath work. So again, depending on the day, sometimes I meditate first, sometimes I do my breath work first. It really gets me charged up. Wim Hof has got a great breath work. Go to YouTube, type in holotropic breath work, and you'll get a plethora of different people that really have studied this stuff and are good at teaching it. And the morning is not the only time to do your breath work. Brendan Bouchard, all of his high performance students, he gets them to set a timer, either on their phone or on their watch. Every 60 minutes, the timer goes off, and they get up out of their chair. They shake themselves around. They kind of move around. They jump around. They get some blood flowing. They get excited. Now hoop and holler if you can. If you're not, even if you're in the office, everybody's staring. And that's fine. Just here I go, and then take some breaths. just nice slow. What he does is I think it's a 7 count intake through your nose, and then hold for a couple of seconds, and then out through your mouth with a pursed lip. And you want to, when you're doing breath work, you want to distend your stomach, push the belly out so that the lungs have all the room they can to bring in all that energy. And as you're bringing energy in, you're thinking, I am drawing in energy, I'm drawing in um, energy, I'm drawing in peace. And then you're breathing out all the anxiety and all the stress. I'm breathing out all the stress, and I'm breathing out all my concern, and I'm breathing out all the stuff that's going on in my life, and I'm breathing in my energy, and I'm breathing in health, and I'm breathing in vitality, and I'm breathing out stress, and I'm breathing out. Okay, so do that like every hour. And then as you're doing that, you're visualizing, okay, so here's what's going to happen for the next hour. I am going to knock it out of the park. I'm going to accomplish this, that, and the other thing. Dun, dun, dun. I'm going to make these 5 calls that I need to make that I've been dreading to do all day. Whatever it happens to be, this is what I'm going to do. Boom, gone. And so the next hour, you do the same thing. Um, Fulfilling work. We as entrepreneurs are often workaholics. And we tend to think that the more work we do, the better our business is going to be, but that's not always the case. And a lot of really successful entrepreneurs will tell you the less I do, the more I accomplish, because I can then engage my subconscious mind, and I can get the creative stuff happening. So all that $10 work, I'm passing it on to somebody in India. I'm going to give them $10 to do an hour's work for me, because they'll knock it out of the park. Stuff that would take me 2 hours to do, and my time is worth $150, $200 an hour. So give that stuff away. And I often get trapped into the shiny object syndrome, or I'll start researching something, and I'll get down this rabbit hole, and 15 minutes later I'm going, what is this going to accomplish? Stop. Is this getting me to my goal? No. So stop that. Refocus. Even if I have to get up and jump around, right? So, and you need to make sure that you get 7 hours sleep. I can function on 6 hours sleep. I have functioned on 4 hours sleep, but what happens is I start making really poor judgment calls, and I start not being able to resist the snacks and stuff like that. And I'm I'm trying to lose weight, so I'm always conscious about how many calories I'm taking in. And if I haven't had a good night's sleep, it is way too hard for me to say no to the chips, or to say no to, a piece of chocolate or something like that. So try and get those 7, if you can, 8 hours sleep. Um, because then you won't be making so many mistakes. You won't be making, and that's frustrating, and it's so counterproductive. So again, if you find yourself in that situation, I haven't had enough sleep, and I'm angry, and I'm irritable, and stop, take some breaths, walk around, shake it off a bit. And delaying judgment. Delaying judgment is all about when something happens that's unexpected, or when somebody does something that I think, oh man, it just makes me cringe, and I have this knee-jerk reaction to whatever's happened, or and I want to swear, and I want to curse, and I want to slap them upside the head or whatever. Just delay the judgment. because that's historic. That's stuff that it comes up. It's a knee-jerk reaction because it comes up from stuff that happened in the past, and that may not necessarily apply to what's going on right now. And when I delay the judgment and when I take a few minutes to think about it, or even, sometimes I'll have to leave the room or I'll have to go out and, walk around, but I have to examine it from the light of, okay, so this is a learning experience for me. What is it that I need to learn so that this is not going to happen again? Or so that when it does happen, I don't have that knee jerk reaction that causes the emotional response. So step away from the situation. Give it, Mary Morrissey says if you've got a concern, if you've got a situation that is really right there in your face, sometimes you need to take 72 hours and then come back and revisit it and say, okay, so I'm I'm scheduling a talk with you about this in my mind 3 days from now at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We're going to talk about this. We're going to discuss what's going on here, why we have that reaction, and what we can do about it. Okay, and often you'll find that even just one night's sleep, an answer, a solution will come to your mind. Oh, okay, so maybe I should think about it that way, or maybe I should react to it that way, or maybe they were right. Maybe they had a reason to do that. Maybe I'm starting to see their side of it, and so maybe I do need to correct something going on here. Anyway, delay judgment, and just kind of go at the problem from another angle. Think about it from a different perspective, and then sharing. I'm a man, and so I was never taught to share. It wasn't okay in my house for men to share stuff, unless it was football scores or but really, we're human, okay? And especially if you're working with a crew or you have people working for you or with you, sometimes you want to walk in and go, look, this is what's going on for me. I've had a shitty morning or I had this happen to me. And so if I'm grumpy, that's what's going on. Just, just letting you know. um, if you tell people what your thoughts and feelings, it makes them understand that you are looking at them as someone, as a confidant, not just as, someone to help them with shit. And and so it makes you more human and it makes them feel more valuable. Okay. Um, and then again, we talked about this before. Sometimes you have to step away. Sometimes you have to, if I'm tackling a problem, if I'm, I gotta get through this, I gotta figure out how this is done. And it often happens to me when I'm trying to figure out, something on Facebook or something with um, setting up a website or something like that, and I'll get deep into it. Oh man, this should work. This should work this way. And I can't figure it out. Can't figure it. Sometimes it's like, oh, okay, I've had it. I've got to get up. I've got to go outside. I've got to get some sunshine or rain on my face or whatever experience. Sometimes it's nice to walk around when it's cold. I'll get that brisk air. This is refreshing. And walking, there's things about walking. You can get into a meditative state, and I'll put my headset on, and I have some, Brain.fm music going on, just like a 15-minute meditation or something like that, and it allows your conscious mind to get in touch with the subconscious, where the answers are. They're sitting there, they're waiting. You just need to get out of the way sometimes. And of course, it's going to get the blood flowing. It's going to get blood back into your brain and, do some hop steps. you know, get your arms up too. When we're working on a computer all day and our arms are down here, that is so nice to get, stretch. I love it. And then come back and go, oh, maybe I'll try this, or maybe the solution has come to you while you're walking. And then reflect. Allow yourself to have the feelings that you're feeling. Sometimes when I set a goal, or when I and let's talk a little bit about goals too. When people set goals and they set affirmations, a lot of times they'll go, okay, so I have this, 5-year plan where I have this nice house and this car and this beautiful family and my kids are all behaving themselves. Um, and you put that in as an affirmation. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have this, $10 million home. And you open your eyes and you look around, or you think your mind is going, you're living in a trailer park, or I'm making this stuff up, but what I'm saying is that the affirmation, I now have this $10 million home, or this $10 million income, or this $500,000 car, or whatever it is, at this point in time might not be true, and it might not be something that your conscious mind can believe and grab a hold of and create a true solid vision around it. So you have to break it down. Instead of, I'm so happy and grateful now that I have $1 million in my pocket, it's, I'm so happy and grateful now that I have chosen to do whatever I need to do to make my first $10,000, or my first $100,000, or whatever your number is, or whatever. I am so happy and grateful that I am dedicated to losing 5 pounds this month, and I will do whatever I have to lose. That's believable. That you can get your mind around. That you can create a vision around how happy and grateful you're going to be when you get on that scale at the beginning of next month and you see that you've lost that 5 pounds. Yeah, I can do that. But sometimes I'll create goals. Okay, so I want to be making $10,000 by the end of the month. Oh, and it gets me right here. It's like, or my stomach starts to crunch. It's like, I'm scared. I am scared. Have that feeling. Have that fear. We're taught to, oh, you can't have the fear because that'll just slow you. It won't. I mean, it's just part of it. If you don't acknowledge it, it's going to be there, and you're going to know that it's there, and it's always going to be part of the problem. But if you say, okay, so, all right, I'm going to look at it. I'm going to look at it. Oh, okay, so I'm scared of this. I'm scared of this. Why? Well, because I have to do this, that, and the other thing. Well, is it so hard? It's going to be tough, but can you do it? Yeah, I think I can do it. Oh, well, so what are you scared about? Hmm. Okay. All right. There's a little fear. There's a little trepidation. That's okay. That's okay. I'm good. I can handle it. See what I mean? You've allowed yourself to feel the feelings that you're having. Women are a lot better at this than men. Oh, I shouldn't say that. There are a lot of men, and I'm becoming more and more emotional in my old age. Starting to cry at movies. Anyways, so we just need to accept ourselves and the feelings that we have and spend time with them and just, yeah, that's okay. I'm going to have that, and it'll dissolve because you're looking at it now. You're shining your light on it, and it's starting to melt. Okay? So then finally just refresh. So okay, so you take some breaths. You talk about it with your coworkers, with your spouse, with your friends. Man, I'm having this problem or this issue, or Yeah, me too. Because misery loves company. And you step back and you allow yourself to think about it in a different light. You allow yourself to kind of expand, kind of think out of the box a bit. Go for a walk, meditate on it, have a sleep on it, and always give thanks. Always be grateful. Always be grateful. Be grateful for the problems because that's how you grow. That's how you get stronger. That is what's moving you down the path to your goal. Those problems, those challenges, and some of them it's like, oh, this was too much. This was a crisis. Well, I mean, we've had this crisis, this COVID thing going on for a while now. And there are a lot of people who have just kind of, I don't I give up. I don't have a job. I don't have, I can't feed my family. It's all a learning experience. And this is a fantastic learning experience, especially for, business people, because now we have to think again outside the box. We have to start using the um, the the stuff that's been given to us, the technology that's allowing us to interact and to sell online, and we have to start thinking about how to use that and how to expand our business through that. This is only going to be better for us as a society as long as we keep the politicians, with their hands in their pockets and their mouths shut. I don't know. they tend to take advantage of situations like this for their own good, and that's just what politicians do. That's okay. But we, as the rest of society, we will grow. We will use this opportunity to get stronger, to get more efficient, to get better at what we do, to make our businesses more lean and trim. And giving thanks. Giving thanks is going to open the floodgates for the universe to give us the help that we need to get to where we're going. So I hope that next time that that you're frustrated, you're in this, God darn, what can I hate this, what can I do about it? Put this video on and watch. And I hope it inspires you. Thank you so much for watching this, and I hope it helps.